everything we're speaking on right now is like, I was just thinking of this today too, like all the shit we love about the city that back then it was not exposed to the rest of the world. It wasn't even exposed to the rest of the, you could grow up on a whole nother side of town and not even come into contact. But this shit that we know, this whole underworld of rap and hustling and trees and all that.
Graffiti, all this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring that game back to Arizona. I like being the one that could share that. And it just made me super passionate about weed. I love weed. The weed's the best.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, boy, it's interesting because it's like to this day, when you say about like opening doors, it's like it's still doing that for you.
For sure. Like, you pull up with a bag that no one's ever seen before and it tastes great, it smells great, it looks different. You're like, yo, this is some shit we just created. People love that shit. They want to be your friend.
Yeah.
They got to be your friend.
We'll get to that a little more later because, again, that's another thing I saw. I was like, damn, this dude's moving differently when I saw how you're moving with the trees. But I want to stick to the early days. So you get back to the city, senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Galileo.
I went to Lincoln for a little bit but got kicked out.
Okay.
I think me and Matt got kicked out pretty fast.
He didn't graduate from Lincoln.
No, I didn't either.
I didn't either. So
I never graduated, but I remember I was there for a few months, and I think we got caught selling weed. I forgot what happened, but maybe he got caught selling weed, and I was attacked.
He was still there when I was there. You weren't.
Yeah.
So
I went to Lincoln for a few months, maybe like 2 or 3 months. I ended up going to Galileo.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is where I'm gonna get into some interesting stuff. The Sunset, that's another reason like we fucked with you is because I grew up in Lakeview, but all my partners, Telly Prego, all them, Caesar, Graham, they was all in the Sunset. And we all had love for the Sunset because it was so chill there. You wouldn't really deal with like the issues you might deal with hanging out in Lakeview or hanging out in some of these other, you could do pretty much whatever the fuck you want there.
Mm-hmm.
There's it's mostly Asian, but there's all types of different people there. There's the most fun parties. But there's also like this kind of an underground underworld scene there too that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah, it's like the baby humble.
Yeah. It was definitely like the weed central of San Francisco.
It's crazy. It was like I want to write movies about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Like the massage parlors.
Yeah,
and
bro. Like it was made.
many.
I'd be walking to work. I used to work at Telly's. I walked from Pacheco all the way over to Judah and just take that walk on 31st. I just smell bud being grown. I see fucking shady ass fucking people coming in and out of houses that we knew they were massage parlors. Right there's the gambling houses. That shit was turned up. And the one thing I learned about the Sunset was everyone minds their business.
Right.
Because you might be growing weed across the street from someone that's selling pussy, and like you don't want no one to know about nothing, right? So it's crazy. Like there's some real shit. Like I remember there was a pet store on Judah they got raided, and there was a huge grow in the back of the pet store. I'm like, this is amazing.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's this whole underworld, and then it's also kind of like you got the Irish mob, you got the old school hippies by the beach, you got the Chinese mafia. And then you got some random hood dudes. You got hood dudes that might have moved there from Hunters Point.
Yeah. I think the crazy thing, I never even talked about this in my book or anything. It's like, bro, like the hustle back then was like, yo, we're gonna put you in a house, put your name on a lease, give you X amount of thousands a month, just hold this shit down, and you're like the front for the house, but they're growing hella weed in the house. Like that was a big hustle back in the days in the Sunset. Yeah, you know, people OGs would be like, yo, go sit in this house, put the house in your name. And pay the rent. You're going to go ahead and just turn an eye and fucking be the face of the house. Yep. Get paid just to sit there and squat here. It's just that whole shit was fucking alive back in the days.
It was crazy, bro. It was, and I always say too, like everyone that grew up in Frisco at one point, you probably sold a little bit of weed.
You had to.
Yeah. It's just kind of like a rite of passage.
I had a spot right there on 46 in Judah, right by Thin Long. And me and Ruben had a spot over there, and we were living there. We were growing weed, blew the whole house up. And it just like those days were crazy, man. Like I remember when it was time for us to move, the water was like leaking through the beds and all that, and it's fucked at the floor. And they're like, "What the fuck happened?" Like, oh, we had a water bed. It's like in each room. You're fucking lying. Like, oh my god, this is all bad, dude. It was fucked. My mom had to bail me out of that situation, but bro, like the Sunset was lit back in the days.
Yeah, so you're kind of learning by like trial and error, and you come from Arizona, and now you're over here, and it's not hard to find all that shit too back then.
No.
Kind of just. I also wanted to ask too, like, I noticed like on some of your, on a couple of your compilations. I think it's the Dirty Money.
Mm-hmm.
You had one where it was like the Asian mob dude.
Yeah.
And then you had another where it was like the Russian mob dude.
Yeah.
And I saw that and I was like, this is both some avenues shit right here.
For sure. Bro, the Avs, like, people don't give the Sunset District credit for, like, the shit that they really, like, kind of, like, birthed and the kind of shit they were running and shit like that. Like, the Asians are serious cats. You got to respect the Asians, bro. And I feel like that's something I've been working on for a long time, trying to get enough bread to do it right. But I really want to write the Asian Goodfellas based at SF because them dudes really run shit.
Yeah.
And no one's ever told that story that way, right? No. So it's like, I think I just try to shed light on, like, where we're from. Like, I'm proud of where we're from. I'm proud of who helped us come up, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of why I did want to touch on that because it's like I went to school with a lot of them dudes that
Remember the old school pager number?
Yeah, come on.
Come on, bro. Like, it's like, where can you do that at?
They were the first ones that had dubs for 10. I remember that.
And you knew you couldn't rob one of them. You page this number, they pull up in the fucking Honda, you hop in the whip, they sell you your stack. You knew you couldn't rob one. You rob one of them, it's all bad.
Yeah.
Everyone knew that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know that without knowing that you have to be someone powerful?
You gotta figure that shit. You better figure that shit out.
You better fucking know about it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because most people, like, if they do know about, like, the Chinese mob Underworld, they'll think of Chinatown.
Nah.
But the Sunset is like a whole another story.
It's its own little world.
Yeah. And the Russians too in the Richmond district, they were no joke as well.
They didn't play no games.
No.
Nah. That's what I like about our city is that people all commingle. You got Russians, Asians, Latin cats, whoever, Filipino, everyone, Cambodians, everyone's just grinding, right? So that's what's dope about our shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I liked about hanging out in the avenues is you get to just be around all different types of cats like that. And the actual weed game, when you got to the city, this is before the whole like string of like designer strains, right?
Yeah.
This is
pineapple, mango.
Yeah, mango kush, right?
Yeah, it's just mango. It's just called mango and pineapple.
Okay, mango,
that was it.
Pineapple.
It was like the only two kinds you could really get, you know?
This is Nade is still around?
Yeah, you go get Nade from HP. You go get some Nade. You get some Pelly. You go... I mean, those are things that are like designer type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Nate.
Those are like the first designer.
Yeah, I feel like Pelly was like the first designer one. This guy named Browski back in the days. I don't know if you ever heard of Browski. Boy, shout out to Browski, man. He had that thing. Don Toriano put me on Browski, but there was like things like that that were kind of popping, and then like the real one that kind of kicked in after that was Granddaddy Purple.
Right, the Perp era.
No, Granddaddy Purple, Bubba, OG Kush, and came Cookies.
At what point did you have success with that shit? Or were you just
I was getting money the whole time. Yeah, I was getting money the whole time. I feel like I miss those days so much because, I mean, bro, we were just doing our thing. And, like, we really figured out how to maximize that shit the most.
And then at the same time, you're doing the rap shit.
Yeah.
Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay. Recognize where you got the game. We got our own style, got our own slang. Northern California is a West Coast thing. This is the history of the Bay.